Welcome to Michigan's True Spirit podcast, brought to you by North River Vodka. North River Vodka, it's Michigan's true spirit. Now, here's Chris and Eric.
Strange winds surround us here at the peninsula. Thank God you found us. We could become friends or whatever.
Welcome to the Michigan's True Spirit podcast. I'm Chris. I'm here with Eric, who, if you are watching this on video, is dressed for the weather.
I'm bundled up like I'm heading to the North Pole, which actually would be more pleasant than living here in Western Michigan. This is garbage.
We complained about winter last week, though, so we need to focus on the positive. So, good news is that we both braved the winter weather, and I accomplished one of my New Year's resolutions the other day, Eric, because you and I joined forces in Grand Rapids and had a burger at Seven Monks Tap Room.
7 monks, which is the absolute appropriate number of monks.
It's the
Six
perfect number of
would
monks.
6 would not be enough. 8 would just be indulgent.
That 8 monks would be just way too many.
Yep.
So, do you have a burger review? We both had some kind of a special burger that had two tostadas on it.
It was tasty. I ate the whole thing.
It was something.
It was good.
It was something. So,
Recommend
and
it.
yeah, I'm in Grand Rapids this week. People will be excited to know that I'm at the Michigan Potatoes Annual Winter Conference.
That's
I'm at
where
the
all that's where all the ladies are. They're checking out the spuds.
It's
Yeah,
like
I know.
it's the male-female ratio is like a poker room.
Yeah. If you're a lady at the potato convention, the odds are good, but the good's odd.
They had some comedians in last night, and one of them made a comment about the
Potato-related comedians?
No, they were just straight comedians who
Standard
were doing
comedians.
normal comedy for a fundraiser for something, and one of them commented about the diversity in the room, and it was quite hilarious.
Mhm.
The 40 to 65-year-old white male demographic is very, very well represented at the potato conference. But I go to the potato conference every year. I got North River Vodka, which is made from potatoes from Michigan. I got a couple clients who are farms. I got another client that's ag related. So kind of my thing every year. I enjoy it. I have a little, if you're watching on video, Spudnik Equipment is
Yeah.
the name of an equipment company. I was wondering today, because you and I have laughed about this before, at what age do you have to be to get the joke?
About Sputnik? Oh, 'cause
Spudnik is a
Well,
playoff of
yeah.
Sputnik.
Of course. You either
But-
need to be old or like know something about history. So
One of the two, I suppose.
it's meant for either old or smart people. But you should every youth should know about Sputnik.
Yeah.
It's a great turning point in world history.
Yeah, but I got a little, I guess it's a stress potato that you can squeeze.
Do you have potato related stress?
I have stress. I do not have potato related stress. My potato conscience is clean as a whistle. So anyway, we're here in Grand Rapids, freezing our Spudniks off, and we'll be right back with a pretty cool guest.
This is Alex Avila, and you're listening to Michigan's True Spirit Podcast.
Welcome back to the Michigan's True Spirit Podcast. I'm here with Eric. I am Chris, and we are here with Brad Ausmus. I don't know if we need to introduce Brad, former Tigers player, former player for several teams, former Tigers manager, current bench coach of the New York Yankees. So, Brad, thanks for joining us.
You got it. My pleasure. It's been a while.
It's been a few years for us, so it doesn't appear that you've aged. It appears that I have.
Although we have stayed loosely in touch from time to time.
Yeah, we exchange a text every 12 to 18 months. Is that kind of how it works?
I feel it's more like 6 to 8 months.
6 to 8 months? That's good.
See,
Oh,
that's very intimate. Yeah, for sure.
yeah. There's a very small handful of people I text with back from the Tigers coverage days. You, Ian Kinsler, occasionally a Phil Koch if I need entertainment. So, yeah.
I still text with Kins.
Yeah.
Are you
Ian's a good
involved
dude.
in the World Baseball Classic together?
I am. I'm actually the manager for Team Israel.
Yeah. I knew the manager. Is Ian doing anything this year with you guys?
So
or no?
Ian was originally the manager, and he couldn't
Okay.
do it because of commitment with his daughter.
Gotcha.
So he and the other person running it, a guy named Jordy Halter, called me and asked me if I'd manage the team. So I said, sure.
Very
What's
cool.
the cycle for the Classic looking like? What's the time horizon and the games that are penciled?
Right around the 1st of March is when kind of everyone breaks. The people that are involved break camp. I think in Miami. So in that pool, we have the Dominican, Nicaragua, Venezuela, and the Netherlands. The first game is March 4th, maybe.
Okay.
And that's at the Marlins Park, Lone Depot Park, or whatever it's called.
Very cool.
Before we get rolling, we should talk about what we're drinking tonight. And
Oh,
I will start because it's been a scramble today. I am drinking a Diet Pepsi in a hotel glass.
That's
That's all
embarrassing.
I got. It is embarrassing.
Ooh.
I got a bottle of vodka somewhere in this room, but it's been a day. So, Eric, what you got?
I'm drinking decaffeinated coffee because it's warm and I'm
Oh my
cold, and I'm
gosh, are
drinking
you
it in
serious?
a cow mug because it's just classy like that.
This is the lamest episode ever so far. Brad, will you save us? My
I know
gosh.
Eric has vodka because I see it behind him.
Mhm. I do.
Yeah. He stores a bottle on his couch. I don't know if it's for podcast
I never
purposes.
want it to be out of reach.
I was able to find North River vodka.
That's a hell of a
Wow.
find.
And I have not tasted it. I have my
Boy.
so I am actually a vodka drinker. So when I go out to dinner, I have a martini
Mhm.
or two. If I'm having drink at home, I'm vodka soda on the rocks. I'm clearly at home right now, but I have not tasted your vodka.
This is stressful to me, I got to tell you. I think it's
I
really
was-
good vodka, but we
I
don't
was
usually
waiting.
go cold. All right, let's hear it. Let's
So
hear
yeah,
it.
I'm opening it, so I have not tasted it.
Very good. Hey, you got it. Is that a numbered bottle? Like, do you have a fancy
It
bottle?
is, yes. I noticed that. Batch 5, bottle 6.
That's a collector's item. You just reduce the value of that by peeling the top off, Brad.
Well, I wasn't looking to make a profit off it.
Yeah, me neither.
So I'm gonna let my glass chill a little bit.
All right.
So we'll give it a second.
Okay.
We
All
can
right.
talk. We got although I had a question for you. If you hear extra dry martini, what do you think?
If I hear extra dry martini, what do I
Like,
think?
What is an extra dry martini?
Very little vermouth. You're basically drinking cold gin. Is a very dry martini. I would
Well, in
say.
this case, vodka.
Yeah, vodka.
Yeah, in this case.
Eric's got it. I don't drink martinis. It's not my thing. So I know a dirty martini. You put olive juice in it. That's the extent of my martini knowledge.
Well, so Eric's right. That's
Yeah.
at
All
least my understanding of it is that what Eric said is right. But if you go to a restaurant and you order an extra dry vodka martini, you could get exactly what Eric described, which is what I would be looking for if I ordered it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could get, because it's dry vermouth that they use, you could get a ton of vermouth. For some reason, some bartenders think extra dry means extra dry vermouth.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's not how that works. I know
No.
that. No.
So
No.
I was just curious because
No.
I don't like to send stuff back, but if I order an extra dry martini and I get one with extra dry vermouth, I have to send it back.
Yeah, ship
Right.
it. Well, it's good that you get to make your own drink tonight because then you won't screw that up.
No, I don't even have vermouth in the house.
Yeah. So tell us, like, what's life like these days? Catch Tigers fans up for what's been going on for the past 10 years since you were manager here. And I'm really curious to know what life is like as the bench coach of the New York Yankees as opposed to the manager of the Detroit Tigers, both from a job perspective and a city and team perspective.
I've actually been all over the place and since I was with the Tigers. My last year with the Tigers was, what was it, 17. I was with the Angels as a special assistant for a year. I was a manager for the Angels for a year. Then COVID hit.
Mm.
I did not do anything in 20 or 21. I actually lounged on the beach in my place in Cape Cod, Massachusetts, if that's.
It's not a bad gig.
No, it was, I enjoyed it. Didn't pay very well. Actually, I was still getting paid by Angels. I guess it did pay very well.
Done okay.
That's awesome.
Then I was a bench coach for my good friend Mark Kotze in Oakland for a year.
Mhm.
That was 22. 23, I did nothing again. I sat on the beach.
Nice.
That did not pay very well. Last 2 years, I've been with the Yankees as the bench coach for Aaron Boone. And the second part of your question, the difference between being a bench coach and a manager, I think is pretty obvious. I don't have to talk to guys like you.
Nice. Is that the highlight?
No. I mean, that is the difference. I don't have to deal with the media, but I'm still involved in the baseball decisions, which I really like. And the difference between the markets, obviously New York's a much bigger market, but I think the fan bases are similar. They expect a lot from their team.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
They've got kind of like a blue collar feel. They want the team to win. They're pissed if they don't win. Like I think the fan bases are similar. It's just that the New York fan base is obviously much larger.
So when you're in your role as the bench coach, where are your eyes? Where's your attention? Are you paying attention to where the ball's flying? What's position? Are you paying attention to your guys on your bench? Are you thinking ahead to strategy? Are you thinking ahead to, your personnel for the next game? What's like your area of attention and responsibility?
So it's a little bit of all of that.
Okay.
So my attention is, where are some of the fielders? Could this guy potentially bunt? So there's some of that focus. As you get deeper into the game, it's more planning ahead. All right, who do we need to have up in the bullpen? Who do we need available to pinch run? Who do we need available to pinch hit? Making sure that they're aware that they could come up or they could come in. And it's also discussion. Usually, the discussion in the dugout with Aaron Boone. If it's tactical in terms of offense, it's usually Aaron Boone and myself, maybe another coach. If it's from a pitching perspective, it's usually myself, Aaron Boone, and the pitching coach. So it's a little bit of everything you said. It really gets busy probably after or approaching the fifth, second half of the game is where it gets busy.
You mentioned the fan base and how passionate they are and how they get pissed off if you lose and all of that. Like, what do you think after your time as a manager and as a bench coach and all of that about fan bases? And I feel like a lot of the focus on the fan bases is based on the negativity of some fans, but I really get the sense that those are a small percentage of the crowd. And it's like anything else in the world today. Like, do you feel like you hear from the squeaky wheels and the kind of the ends of the spectrum? And kind of, I guess, I don't know, like what is your experience with the fan base in Detroit and New York from your personal
So
view?
I think you're probably right. I think it's the vast majority of the fans just want to enjoy the game and want
Yeah.
their team to win. And then there is some fans that kind of live and die with the team. And, as you said, they can be negative. Like, I think that's a very small percentage, but sometimes that percentage is the loudest.
Yeah.
I mean, that probably applies to other arenas in this country, especially these days. But
Yeah. Yeah.
I think most fans just want their team to win and they want to have fun watching.
Mhm. Yeah,
Hold on,
so,
I think my glass should be
ooh,
sufficiently
Oh,
iced.
we're revisiting. This is the first like two-stage drink we've had on this podcast.
You know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna put some more ice
mhm.
in a shaker.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let the ice sit in the cup or in the glass and continue to cool it.
This is like, is bartending your first job?
This is the right way
No,
to do it.
no, but I'm better at it.
Very nice. It's awesome that we had a bartender on who happens to have a side career in baseball, Brad. So thanks for coming on.
This is going to be a spectacular.
I'd be slightly stressed, except I'm very confident that my vodka is really, really good. So if I thought it sucked, I'd be more stressed out. But
How long has this vodka been available?
we've been in business since 2018.
Since I was with the Tigers.
Shortly, 2018, shortly after. We're minuscule, made from while we're pimping it here, it's made from potatoes grown on the farm I grew up on. I grew up on a potato farm. That's why I'm at the potato meeting this week. My brothers are here.
All right.
Yeah, so we're shaking.
So
I'm ready to roll.
it has that little bit of Iet essence in it. Like you can
I
really
wouldn't. We
taste
do
the
not.
earthiness
The
of your
the Iet
the
essence is
lineage.
natural. We do not add any essence of any
Okay,
kind
no,
to our
no
vodka.
Iet extract.
There's no
added. That's good.
extract at all.
That's good.
I'm gonna
It's
let
probably for
the
the best.
vodka chill in the shaker for about 2 minutes.
Gosh, we are
Now we're
just
gonna-
building
That
suspense.
little bit of dilute. It's going to be perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, as an average fan, and like you say, people who are just wanting to come out and enjoy the game, they want to see their team win. I think the whole business of baseball to them seems pretty glamorous, seems pretty prestigious. I'm just wondering if there's things about playing, managing, coaching that are kind of overrated. Like what would people say? What in your experience, like what aspects are overrated? And maybe there's things that people wouldn't think of, like, oh, that's really underrated. That's really fun, but maybe flies under the radar. I'm just wondering kind of what aspects are maybe different than perceived.
Geez, this is a good question because I'm having trouble coming up with a lot of negatives. I would say
Well, that's a good thing.
certainly.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
So this is a double-edged sword. So I'd say the travel
Hmm.
Yeah.
is a negative. And it's a negative because you're away from your family a lot.
Yep.
Sometimes you're getting in at 6 a.m. And you're playing the next day and you're only getting 5 hours of sleep. That is not glamorous. That's not fun. Now, the other side of that sword is we're traveling on chartered planes. We're staying at Four Seasons or Ritz-Carltons. We have buses pulling up to the planes and going right to the hotel and right to the hotel to the stadium. So I don't want to say that travel as a whole is a negative, but there's parts of the travel that aren't a lot of fun.
They try to make it easy, but it's still travel. I mean,
Still traveling.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, and you're getting. I mean, especially if you're on the East Coast covering the West Coast, a lot of times you're getting in at 6 a.m. and a lot. And normally you would have an off day the next day. But we actually had a game this past season in Toronto. It was the 3rd of July. We played there. I believe it was a night game. We landed in New York and we had a day game against the Mets the next day. And by the time we landed in New York and you get home, it's 3 a.m. And then we had a day game the next day at Citi Field. So there are some nights where you're not getting a ton of sleep. And that is actually more so for coaches and managers because, the manager's going to do everything they can to let their players be rested for the game, which makes sense. Coaches, they don't care that much about. So get your butt in there and get prepared for the game.
Yeah, it's interesting that you say that. And sports writers travel a little different than you guys. But we also, I took 20, 30 games off a year. So I wasn't there every day. But I always thought like people think baseball's a TV show. Like today's game is set in Houston and tomorrow's game is set in Seattle. Well, you guys flew. And I quit that job because I was tired of being gone. But the thing I miss most is the travel. So it's kind of a weird double-edged sword.
I'll give you, I can give you hold on. I think my martini.
We're going with a drink now. Awesome. I appreciate the effort you're putting into this, Brad. So since I brought a Diet Pepsi in a glass from the restaurant.
Gotta have it, properly put together. We got the
People
pour going.
People should actually watch the video this week because
Yeah,
we're actually there's something going on for once.
Play-by-play skills. Look
All
at
right.
that. We got a nice frosty glass. All right. Cheers.
Cheers to coffee and Coke.
To coffee, Coke, and potatoes.
I can't believe you're drinking a Coke out of a cow cup while we're doing this. All right, let's hear it.
No.
Ooh, I do like it. It does have an earthiness. It has a little bit of an earthiness to it.
All right, you can tell me the truth now. We'll edit it out if you were lying for podcast purposes.
I'm being straight. It's actually I taste an earthiness. I like the taste. I like the feeling. It's not oily. Like some vodkas have like an oily texture.
Dude, you've nailed this. You've absolutely nailed this. I'm not a big liquor connoisseur, but like it doesn't taste like burning like a lot of vodkas do. We don't filter the life out of it, so there's some earthiness from the potato that comes through. They say it's got a good mouthfeel if you're in a mouthfeel because it is not oily. Yeah, no, you hit all the high points.
It's
got legs.
It's not burny at all. No, I did let it sit in the shaker a little bit. It takes the edge off it.
A little bit, but yeah.
But no,
I'll take
very
that
good.
review. You're going to be on. I'm going to quote you on sales paraphernalia. I hope that doesn't get you in trouble with MLB or the Yankees or anything.
Just don't mention the Yankees.
Oh, okay. We'll leave you out. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
But
Brad
I was going
Ausmus,
to tell you,
bartender.
I was going to tell you a couple travel stories real quick.
Oh yeah, bring it on.
So when this is going back in the mid 90s, I was with the Padres. We had a Wednesday night game in San Diego, and it was back then ESPN had Wednesday night games, and we played an ESPN Wednesday night game. We had a game in Chicago the next day. We had to fly out, and it was the family trip. And I think we were flying the defunct airline America West. We had a charter plane there, and it was too late to fly out of San Diego International Airport, so we had to fly out of the military airport in North Island. So we pull up with the buses, and we got the wives and some kids are there. They pull onto the tarmac, and hanging from the door of the plane is the slide, the emergency slide.
Wow.
And you can't just roll this thing back up and
it's like
put it back.
It's like an airbag. Yeah.
So we are sitting in the hangar at the North Island military base with families, and Wally Joyner orders pizzas for everybody. We finally get on the plane. It's got to be 4, almost 5 in the morning, because they have to fly a new plane in. They have to find a new crew, fly a new plane in. We land in Chicago in what is the back end of rush hour traffic.
Oof.
Get to the hotel. By the time we get to the hotel, it's in the neighborhood of 11 o'clock. Bruce Bochy's the manager. He says, sleep in, just show up at the ballpark at 5:30. Here's the bus times. Play 13 innings that night.
Oh my gosh.
And lose to the Cubs. Somebody hit a home run into the basket. I can't remember who it was, but that's probably the worst nightmare travel scenario that I've been a part of. Kids crying on the plane at 4:30 a.m. as we're flying to Chicago.
Yeah. There were days when I was a writer where like you would just get so exhausted from the rhythm of the travel and the short nights that I remember standing up, filing a story and standing up at midnight in the press box and I announcing to my fellow writers, that's the worst story I've written all year and it's the best I could do today. Like that's the best I could do today. I gave it my all and it still sucks. Like as a player, are there days like that when you're like on the field and you're like, this is all I've got?
When I was in Houston, Jeff Bagwell and I used to have a saying that was, the players, they always want to make excuses for why something went wrong or I didn't perform. We had this saying that we would say to the media at the time as players, sometimes you just suck, and I sucked.
Yeah, people don't take that into account. I just think people think you're at 100% every single day, but man, that season is a grind. So
it is.
So we've hit on some hard travel. We've hit on late nights, and sometimes you stink. What have been the can you recall any times where you just busted a gut laughing? Somebody did something insane. Have there been moments either playing or managing where you just absolutely cracked up? And if so, are any of the reasons for that able to share?
Yeah, tell us a story nobody's ever heard before, Brad.
Wow.
I mean, a
Would have
couple
been
come
the
to mind, but I can't share them because I don't want to say the names.
right.
But they're very amusing.
You decide whether you want to go nameless with those or you want to use one that you can use names for.
I can't, as much as I'd like to tell this story, I can't tell it, but it stands out head and tails above any other.
I want you to tell us afterwards. We won't, but go ahead.
No, other than that one, nothing is popping into my head at the moment.
Dang it.
So, what about in an average week in the world of baseball are the things you look forward to? Like, what is it, when the national anthem comes and, okay, now I get to actually forget everything else and play? Is it camaraderie with your guys, or what are the things about it that are about the world of baseball that are enjoyable, that are the most fun?
The camaraderie, the banter,
Mm-hmm.
the back and forth, the poking fun at each other. That's actually the part that wanted me to keep in the game post-playing career. Like that's what I really enjoyed. It's hard to replicate that because there's this combination of intimacy because you're all doing the same thing. But pretty much everyone in the room has thick skin, so you say whatever you want if you can get a dig in.
Sure.
It's a funny balance, but it really makes it's what you look forward to going to the field every day. Is the guys around you, and then competing with them obviously is a big part of it. You go out there and you're all pulling on the same rope trying to win and rooting for each other. So, but the camaraderie it's tough to replicate.
So, Brad, this is a Michigan podcast. We talk about Michigan travel, liquor, beer, music, whatever. Like, can you take us back to both your playing days and your managing days and tell us like something you loved about Michigan, whether it was a restaurant or a place to visit, and maybe like as a player and a manager, maybe you didn't have time. But
I had time. So as a player, I was there in 96. I actually rented an apartment out in Dearborn. Didn't love the apartment. I was only there for about 3 months. When I played there in 99, 2000, I lived out in Novi. Bought a house out in Novi. I really liked it. Loved we had good neighbors. Good. It was a brand new subdivision. It was fun. Both my daughters were like 2 and 1 years old. Didn't have, because I had young kids, we didn't go out to dinner a ton then. When I managed, we lived in Birmingham for those 4 years, and I love Birmingham. Like if you could take away January and February,
Right.
the first half of March,
Mhm.
I could easily live in Birmingham. Like where we lived, it was a townhouse that was walkable to the downtown. We went to restaurants all the time. Street Side was the one restaurant I probably went to once a homestand. I mean, Birmingham is one of the nicer towns I've been in. I really, really liked Birmingham, and we loved the townhouse that we're in. You know, kind of the type of townhouse I would, now that I'm an empty nester, I could be like, I could live in that townhouse because I don't need all the extra bedrooms, and we need less square footage. So I really enjoy Birmingham, and the people in Birmingham, like walking around town. Like you were talking earlier about, the negativity and stuff. When I walked around town, people were very nice to me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As much as they might have been bad mouthing me on sports radio, they were very nice to me in person.
We always delve into music on this podcast because Eric and I are music fans. Like, is there a Michigan musician artist? I think you're probably gonna go Jack White route. Can you tell us about Jack White at spring training?
Oh, Jack White was great. He played for the team. We had a connection with Jack White because I think Kins was friends with him. He played a song for the team with a bass player. I think there was 3 of them. Jack, and I want to say he kind of had like an old school bass or a big.
Okay.
And the song he played was about, I believe it was about Catfish Hunter, kind of like a bluesy song. Really cool. The players loved it. It was really cool.
Yeah, that was in the clubhouse in spring training, right?
Yes, that was in Lakeland. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember finding out about it, and I was like, Brad, I'm a Jack White fan. Like, you could let me in, and you're like, no, I couldn't, which is totally fair. Of course you couldn't. But I was jealous as hell that day. So yeah,
it was cool. That was one of the cooler moments in the clubhouse in spring training.
Yeah, very cool.
So, you're experiencing a little bit of time away from the game, but baseball is notorious for being kind of a grind, long season travel. Like, is it just the kind of off seasons that you can find some replenishment? What do you do to replenish during the season? Is there times that you can do things you enjoy? What kind of brings some life and joy back to what you do during the whole grind of things?
In season, there's not a ton of time. You might have an off day on the road. You might sit by the pool. The one thing I kind of do from a personal, for kind of my own mental state, is I always try to get a workout in, not every day, but probably 5 or 6 days a week. And that kind of clears my brain a little bit. It just resets me. It's my way of resetting every day. During the off season, as a bench coach, there's really not much to do. There's a few things I do right after the season, some housekeeping stuff. I stay in touch with Booney, obviously, and I'm aware of some things that are happening, but there's not a ton for me to do. As a manager, you're doing a lot more because you have to go to the winter meetings. You're much more closely involved with free agent negotiations or trade possibilities, but not as a bench coach. So actually this winter, we actually traveled quite a bit. Went on a family safari to Africa. Did that, which was kind of cool. It's a little nerve wracking when you're pulling up to 10 lions and you're parked 20 feet from them. So that was cool. And going to take a nice normal beach vacation to Maui before spring training here this weekend. And I went and visited my sister-in-law and her family, my mother-in-law, and we went back east for Christmas. So there's been quite a bit of traveling. There's a lot of downtime for non-managers and non-front office people. So yeah, the schedule is very, as busy as it is during the season. It's kind of the opposite during the off season.
Nice.
Hey Brad, it's Hall of Fame voting season, and we were just talking recently because Rick Porcello got 2 votes. And I know like there are baseball purists who get angry about people who get Hall of Fame votes if they don't deserve Hall of Fame votes. So 2 things about that. I searched your name and Hall of Fame today to see. I knew you were on the ballot at some point. I see you making the 0 sign. Yeah. First of all, would it have been cool to get a vote? Like, would that have been cool?
So I was asked this question when my name was on the ballot,
Mm-hmm.
and my response was, I'm not a Hall of Famer. Don't waste your vote.
Don't waste your vote. Awesome. Well, I'm going to tell you what else I found. I did a search, Brad Ausmus Hall of Fame voting, and you can do this yourself if you want to. And the first thing that came up was an MLB.com story, the Hall of Fame case, Brad Ausmus. And you don't even have to click on the story. The line that appears, are you ready?
Yeah.
Hall of Fame voting is not a beauty pageant. But if it were, Brad Ausmus would be a shoe-in. And the only reason I tell you this is because I wanted to find a worse sports writer than me. So,
Did you?
well, this guy, I mean, I'm not
Are you
sure.
sure?
I don't even know. Oh man, this is cold. This is cold. I'm not
The,
sure. I found
the
a
man
competitor.
has the 4th most putouts among all time amongst catchers. You're going to play him like that, Chris?
He's playing me, man. He's playing me.
No.
So, yeah, that's pretty funny.
I don't
don't know why that
deserve to
just
be.
hit me.
I don't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame, so I don't.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I think 1 vote's cool. I think that's fine.
I was glad I was on the ballot. How's
Yeah.
that?
Oh gosh, yeah, that's cool. That's absolutely cool.
What is your take on the Major League Baseball environment? And there seems to be more clamoring about the rich get richer, and some of the teams are falling out. What do you make of the state of the game, competitive balance? Are things pretty solid and good? Are there any things that you would like to see change? I know this gets into labor dynamics and stuff like that, but maybe just generally, what's the state of Major League Baseball these days? Are fans getting a good experience? Are things being positioned for success well, do you think?
I do think the changes in the game, the changes that Rob Manfred made recently have been outstanding for the game and for the fans. The pitch
Sure.
clock,
Yes, absolutely.
the 2 disengagements creates more base stealing.
Yep.
The bigger bases creates shorter baselines. I do think those have been outstanding. I actually think ABS will go over well.
Interesting. Okay.
I think it'll go over well. The economics of the sport, I'm not going to dive too deeply into it. I think there is a divide between the haves and the have-nots. I think that has to be sorted out. The best way to sort that out, I don't know. I'm not an economist.
Right.
I think the argument against that would be that compared to other sports, I think baseball's probably had more diversity in championship teams than the rest of the major sports. Just part of that's the nature. Part of that's the nature of the game.
Absolutely.
So I don't know. It seems like we're heading for a wrecking ball, but I'm optimistic that hopefully something gets done beforehand, or at least not too deep into the following season.
Yeah, it would be a shame because I think the state of the game is good. And like you said, a lot of those changes have been great improvements in the game for sure.
I agree. Well, I know you didn't like sitting up there 3.5 hour games, because I didn't like sitting there for 3.5 hour
Yeah.
games.
I did the math the first year after the pitch clock, and I forget, I could do the calculations. Like it would have saved me, 2 work weeks a year
Yeah.
or something. Like it was ridiculous. And I'm very good at wasting my own time, but when I feel like my time's being wasted, I get irrationally angry. Like rain delays, I would almost lose my mind because I'm like, I'm stuck here. I can't do anything else. But yeah, those slow games, like they were grinds, man.
Well, people were talking about like, well, the clock is a departure from the purity of it or whatever. But I looked at it, it was like, in some ways, it's returning to the more natural way the game was played for decades. And that was a slightly snappier pace. Like, step up, you're ready to go. And so in some ways, I think it was kind of a return to some of the traditional things by, all right, let's go. And it took its pitch clock to probably do that, but
I think you're right, Eric. I think, and certainly the time of games kind of returned to what it used to be.
Yep.
I think you're right.
Well,
think-
and the limited shifts did the same thing. People are like, well, you're legislating intelligence out of the game. And I'm like, the game was great for 100 years without shifts. It's fine eliminating them, or at least getting the third baseman out of right field,
Yeah, I had no problem with it. I agree. I know Rob Manfred catches a lot of crap. He made, those were some good moves on his part.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Was there a lot
Absolutely.
of pressure around, like, there's so much we need to execute each and every pitch to its utmost? It almost seemed like these guys were recharging their batteries between every pitch and stretching it out with such focus. It seemed like every pitch was live or die, and I think it just it exacerbated the time dilation of the game. It was, I don't know if that's an
You know, I actually think so. Yes, some pitchers, yes.
okay.
I don't know. You remember Alfredo Simon, Chris?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Alfredo,
Big pasta.
Big Pasta. Yeah, Big
Drove a
Pasta
chrome
was
car.
he just was
It's a
a
chrome car.
notoriously slow worker, and that
Yeah.
was just his pace.
Mhm.
So yes, a pitcher like that might slow the pace of the game down. I actually think the hitters slowed it down.
Okay.
I think the hitters stepping out, calling time, digging their feet in, slowly getting in. I actually think, and then the hitter would finally look up, and the pitcher would be like, "All right, now I can pitch."
Sure. Mhm.
All right, Brad, appreciate your time. Thanks so much for coming
Yeah.
on. Anything else you want to?
I didn't even finish my martini. You
We
got
can
nothing
keep
else?
talking. I got no place to go. I'm just gonna go to the bar at the Sheridan and have a drink with the Potato Friends. So,
All right.
oh, you got a little bit left. Anything else you want to, anything else you're excited about right now? Anything else we missed? Anything else you want to say? Any message for Tigers
don't-
fans out there? Any thoughts on the Tigers this year? And then whenever you get done with whatever statement you want to make, we'll just roll out of here.
No, I mean the Tigers are a good team now. I think
Yeah.
they've done it. They've done a nice job there. They've certainly having Scooble at the top doesn't hurt, but they've done a nice job. They've got a very flexible lineup where they can mix and match right, left.
Yep.
AJ does a very good job. It's after I left, we didn't do well my last year there. The team kind of struggled. I shouldn't say struggle. They were in a rebuilding phase.
Yeah.
And I think it's come full circle, and I think they're legit contenders.
Thanks again for your time, Brad. Let's do this. Let's do this again in 10 years, assuming you're still managing or coaching, and we're still running this little podcast.
I was gonna say, I thought you were gonna say, assuming you're still alive.
No. You got more time than I do, even though we're the same age. So
Thank you so
All right,
much.
guys.
It
Good-
was a
good to-
pleasure.
good to
Thank you
talk
for
to
your
you.
time.
thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it. See you, Brad.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
You're listening to the Michigan's True Spirit podcast. North River Vodka. It's Michigan's True Spirit. Welcome back to the Michigan's True Spirit podcast. I'm Chris. I'm here with Eric. And once again, we would like to remind you to please drink responsibly. If you're not going to drink responsibly, don't drink at all. This is the final segment of our podcast. This is a segment called Rock or Crock, where I describe a band that's coming to do a show in Michigan. I give Eric the real name. I give him a fake name. He has to figure out which is which. He is on a one rock or crock winning streak because last week I stupidly did not hide my poker face. I answered a question. I had to tell. He read it perfectly. He's still under 500 for his career. But today's your chance to get to 500. You could be 8-8 if you pull off rock or crock this week. Are you ready to play, Eric?
Locked and loaded.
Okay. I took this bio off of offline. I took the first paragraph and I took the last paragraph. I cut out all the meat with all the members of the band. This is exactly what you expect it to be. So if you can try not to giggle, mock 100 times, are you ready to roll?
I am.
In the shadowed valleys of Pennsylvania, where the relics of coal and the echo of a post-industrial America fuse, this band bursts forth, a sonic whirlwind born of rebellion and raw power.
Sonic Whirlwind. Who's writing these?
This
Do you
band
write
is,
these?
I do not, and it gets better.
This is a little
This-
Henning-esque.
This band is not just a troupe of musicians. They are a high-speed chase through the wastelands of rock and roll, armed with a potent cocktail of adrenaline and sonic boom.
Okay.
There's more. If you're ready for a ride that teeters on the brink of madness, strap in.
Whoa. What if let me answer the question. I might not be. It
Then
seems
you
a
should
little
find another band.
advanced.
You should find another band.
Okay.
This isn't just a band. This is insert band name here. I can't say it.
Okay.
Steering a ship through the storms of sound with the mad delight of a stunt driver at the wheel, screaming into the soul with the echo of rock gods past and the fierce hunger of those yet to come. Welcome to the spectacle, the chaos, the evolution. This is rock and roll in its most primal form. Buckle up. It's a wild ride. There you have it.
They're not underselling it. They're not worried about
They definitely are not underselling it.
they're not worried about setting the bar too high.
No, no.
No.
Are you ready for your two names? Do you need
Yes.
any other information?
I don't.
I think I might close my camera this week after the botch of last week. I'm just gonna leave you a little window there to see my eye.
Okay. It's like
Is this
okay, go ahead.
is this
Looking out
band
the
called
looking out the birth canal in a doctor, right?
zooming in? People should watch this video for once. Is this band
Preparing to be
called?
born.
Would you let me name the bands for the love of Spudnik and Stress Potatoes? Are you ready for the band names?
I am Doc. Give it to me.
Is this band named Dirty Mermaid,
Okay.
or is this band named Crowbot?
Ooh. Oh man. Okay, my initial thoughts are Crowbot being a play on robot, but kind of dark with, typically made up names tend to lean hard onto puns, which this obviously is. A nice little pun with Crowbot. Um, Dirty Mermaid is less clever, uh, but I'm gonna lean with my first instinct and say Crowbot is something that, even though it fits the description, is a little too contrived for what this is. That's my instinct. I think that's something you've concocted. And while Dirty Mermaid seems to fit a little less good, I think it is Dirty Mermaid. So I think this Pennsylvania spectacle nonsense is Dirty Mermaid. That's my final answer. How did I do? I'm scared.
I'm opening my camera back up. You had a shot of my palm there for a second.
Mm-hmm. I'm coming to
Crowbot
the
is
light.
Crowbot is opening for
I
Corrosion of Conformity on May 12th at the Machine Shop in Flint. Also on the bill, and I almost used this band. Also on the bill is a band called Whores. That's it.
Whores. It's just a bunch of women of the
I'm
night.
not I'm not sure where Dirty Mermaid came from. But I have 140 band names on my phone, and Dirty Mermaid is one of the first 5 band names I came up with.
Dirty Mermaid.
I like it. It just rolls off the tongue. Dirty Mermaid. I hesitate to say this. I really shouldn't do
like-
this, but we're going to do it. If we decide we want this cut out, that's why Austin. That's why Logan. I used Logan's brother's name for some reason. That's why Logan makes the big bucks. Um, Occasionally I Google the band names that I have, and I would highly recommend that you do not Google, which means everybody's going to do it. Dirty Mermaid, because you will find something
on
what's
Urban
that
Dictionary
website?
or
You will find something on Urban Dictionary that will make you question everything that you ever believed about anything. So don't
is it about
Google.
is like love
It's,
it's making love
I
to
am
a
not,
manat
I'm
a
not,
manatee or something
I
like
am
that?
not going to give you any more clues, and we never should have mentioned this.
Does it involve manatees or not?
There are no manatees involved.
Okay.
You and I should talk after we hit stop on this to decide if we need to let Logan edit this out or not. Anyway, Crowbot is opening for Corrosion of Conformity on May 12th in Machine Shop with a band, also another band called Horrors. Have you been to the Machine Shop, Eric,
No.
in Flint?
No.
I've been to the Machine Shop, and it's a fun story because Dinosaur Pileup, thanks to them, that we use Peninsula by them as our theme music. Dinosaur Pileup was opening for somebody at the Machine Shop years ago, and the show was sold out. And I think Dinosaur Pileup and I had like an internet friendship because I was promoting them on Twitter and on Twitter Talk, which I used to write for my old job covering the Tigers. And I sent them a direct message, and I was like, "Man, I would love to see you in Flint, but you guys are sold out." And they text me right back, and they're like, "Tell us who's coming. You're on the list." So one time in my life, I've been on the
Got put
list.
on the
Dinosaur put me
list.
on the list. Yes, which I think comes with privileges that I did not take advantage of. I think I probably could have gotten it for sound check. But it's pretty cool to get to the door and be like, yeah,
The
we're on
Machine
list.
Shop. What's the venue like?
It's exactly what it sounds like. It's if I remember, it's a
Warehouse. Good.
it's kind of like a brickish building, I think, in the middle of a parking lot just in Flint. I think they get a lot of like hard rock.
Mm.
If you get on their website, they have a lot of like, sponge cover bands or whatever, like a lot of cover bands from
Mhm.
from rock bands. But cool venue. I love Dinosaur Pile Up. They were first of three or second of four. Um, they were great. They got pretty loud after them. Um, as much as I love Dinosaur Pile Up, I don't always love the bands that they tour with
Mhm.
because they're usually harder rock than is in my wheelhouse. But the Machine Shop was cool. We were on the list. It was fun. Yeah, thanks for Dinosaur Pile Up for putting us on the list. And thanks to Eric for losing Rock or Crock this week.
Man, falling
I will
further
not make a
behind every
speech.
day.
I gave you 30 seconds last week to
Straying
gloat, but I'm
further from the path. Mhm.
I'm not gonna pretend I've been here before, Victorious, because I've been here plenty. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna move on. So
You're a benevolent soul. Thank you.
yeah. Well, I'll taunt you via text for the next 7 days.
You will too.
Thanks to everybody. Thanks to everybody for listening. Thanks for Brad Ausmus for coming on. That was sweet of him. Thanks for Logan for
Terrific.
producing
Yep.
and editing the crap out of us. Thanks. Yeah. Thanks for listening. Go out, squeeze a stress potato, drink some local vodka, listen to some music, hit the machine shop, and stay warm. So, you got anything else to say to the people, Eric?
Stay inside, find a fire.
Yeah, no
Take
kidding.
care.
Good night.